Hello, my name is Renelle Myers and I work for HelpLine. I'm a member of the SARN network, which stands for Sexual Assault Response Network. I serve as an advocate and one of the outreach coordinators for survivors of sexual assault. I'm here to talk about a topic that is very sensitive but also very necessary. I'm here to discuss sexual abuse of older adults. That can be defined as many different things. Could be defined as someone committing a sexual crime against an adult, be it rape, sexual battery, or trafficking. Could also mean someone making demeaning remarks about intimate body parts or unnecessary or painful handling of the genital area during caregiving, taking advantage of a physical or mental illness to engage in sexual activity, forcing any type of sex act that makes the victim feel uncomfortable or against their wishes, forcing a victim to watch pornography on television or computer, taking any type of sexually explicit photographs, or even forcing the adult to undress and be viewed by others. There are many misconceptions wrapped around this topic, one of which being that abuse of adults is rare. That is completely false. Um, it is actually believed that only 1 in 24 incidences of elder abuse is actually reported to authorities. Another misconception is that abused adults will usually discuss the abuse in an effort to stop that. Also false. And we'll cover that here in a moment. But basically, because of the fear of what might happen if they tell someone, can sometimes be more frightening than the abuse itself, with followed up fear of punishment, that type of thing. Another misconception is that most older adults are victimized by strangers, which is also false. Abuse against an older adult is more likely carried out by someone they know, such as a caregiver or perhaps even a family member. So let's talk for a moment about reasons why older adults may not report sexual assault. First and foremost, threats from or fear of the perpetrator. If the perpetrator is their caregiver, the survivor may fear loss of the care that they depend on day to day, or perhaps feelings of shame, self blame, or embarrassment, fear that they may not be believed by authorities or their family or peers. Also, fearing the loss of their independence if they should report such crime. Also, maybe feelings of physical or social isolation and lack of said support. There could be generational beliefs or cultural expectations to not discussing sexual assault or abuse. Sometimes even confusion about the abuse if there are cognitive impairment issues present, can be a reason to not report, um, or the inability to do so. Or it could also be not knowing who to contact or to report a sexual assault to. Um, just so that we're all familiar, I want to share some possible indicators of sexual abuse in case you or someone you know, a loved one, may have suffered from this in the past or presently. Things to look for could be whether they sustain a pelvic injury, having any problems walking or sitting. Some of the obvious, like bruises around breasts or the genitalia, or abdomen, inner thighs, or unexplained bleeding in any of those areas, or also unexplained sexually transmitted diseases. Um, one of the other things could be under the surface, maybe panic attacks, signs of post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, symptoms of agitation, social or emotional withdrawal from other people, from their friends, or perhaps even engaging in inappropriate or unusual or aggressive sexual activities, to as far as even suicide attempts. So I want to share with you today if you or a loved one is showing any signs of abuse or any type of neglect, there are things that you can and should do. You can reach out to Adult Protective Services. I will also share on the website some information with these phone numbers as well. But that number for the Adult Protective Services is 1-855-644-6277. If the older adult is living in some sort of care facility, you would want to contact the Long-Term Care Ombudsman of Ohio. That number is 1-800-202-1206. And finally, we can be available to you at the HelpLine hotline 24/7 at 1-800-684-2324. So I just want to make sure you have that information as well. Our Sexual Assault Response Network and hotline employees are here to help. I want to thank you for allowing me this time today, and please stay safe, everyone. Thank you.